I wouldn't pay that much.
I wouldn't either. Hey, but people pay a lot for coins, and we're at a place that specializes in rare coins in Tucson. In fact, people have paid millions for a certain type of coin. Rick Snow is the man who has actually written a book about this, Rick?
Right, yes. I specialize in Indian cents, which are the design we had before Lincoln cents. And the book, I first came out with a book in 1992, and it sold out, so now I have to do a revision, and now it's 6 volumes, and it's a big project.
All right, let's get into a couple coins. I find this very interesting, and I don't think we've done a coin segment on Good Morning Tucson. Lord knows we've done pretty much everything else. Well, just grab one, and maybe we'll go through it.
This is the rarest coin I have here. This is a 1864 L Indian cent struck in proof. And they made 20 of these, and because of that, it's this one's worth $85,000, and it's not. That's not. I wouldn't be if I sold it today. It wouldn't be a record price for this because they've sold for $150,000.
Now, you keep it in these protective little cases. You ever pull them out?
No, that's because the grade is very important, and the grading is equates the value of the coin. A perfect coin would be worth, say, 100%, whereas one with a few little nicks and scratches might be worth 50% of, the value.
Why so much money for a coin like this?
Well, the collecting, people collecting coins are really interested in it. It's one of the hobbies where you can put money into something, and there's a very little leeway between what you can get for it. In fact, in many instances, you can just a collector can buy and sell a coin and make money on it. Although that's not the main reason to collect these, but it's, you don't lose your money so quickly.
Hey, maybe one more coin. I see this one with a hole in it, and that's interesting to me. This is actually an experimentation with earlier pennies?
Right. Yeah, this is a pattern coin. This is one of our first small-size cents. We used to have large copper pennies, and this one is silver and copper. At that time, they had to have a cent's worth of material in it, so they put a little hole in it to make it a little bigger. And so this is one of our first experiments with a small-size cent.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
We made about 20 of those or so.
How much would this go for?
This one's only about $4,000.
Still. No wonder people are dying to get their hands on rare coins. And you say this is... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, here. This one here is struck in aluminum in 1864. This is a 64L, just like the other one, but it's struck in aluminum. And there's only 2 of these known. And so that's a real interesting one.
Made in the U.S.?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What time frame?
Well, it says 1864, but in 1864 you couldn't get aluminum.
That's what I'm thinking.
Until 1868. So this was restruck in 1868, well, probably for collectors. So the mint was they were making money on the side at the time.
Yeah, I wonder about Confederate coins back during the Civil War and all that. That has to be interesting, too.
We also do Civil War tokens here. We specialize in those. And we just set a record. They don't go for as much money, but we just set a record for one, went for $20,000.
All right, rare coins. His name is Rick Snow. He's written the book. It's Eagle Eye Coins, Destry, and we're going to explore the world of it all through the show this morning.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
And this is the new nickel that's coming out here. 2004 piece metal 5-cent coin is what it's called. The coin world, we're exploring it. Destry, did you know that it's called I better have you pronounce this word, Rick.
Numismatic.
Yeah, what is that?
That's a coin collector. And someone who is specializes in coins is a numismatist.
Rick Snow wrote a book on rare coins, and that's his business. What's the name of your book, Rick?
Flying Eagle in Indian cents.
All right. And we have some coins to talk about this morning. You travel around to shows, get your hands on these coins, and that's how you make your living. This is the Flying Eagle that came out in 1856, correct?
Right, yeah, this jump-started coin collecting in our country because everyone wanted one of these. And the mint got started selling these for, maybe $2 a piece at the time. But nowadays, this is the key coin in everyone's collection. They always want this one. It's an 1856 Flying Eagle cent. And if you can just read the date, it's worth $4,000. This one is a lot better. This one's this is a gem coin, and this one is worth $55,000.
Holy moly. You say it's rarity, popularity, and what else that defines the price?
Rarity, popularity, and condition. If this was worn down, it would be worth a lot less. But and also if it was cleaned or someone abused it, that doesn't help the value at all.
Okay, Rick Snow. We're hanging out at Eagle Eye Coins this morning, learning about his world, the world of coins. More coming up, plus your forecast. Now let's send it out to Dee.
Len Johnson, you're talking about coins this morning. I had a question for you.
Hey, lay it on me.
Well, I just want to know, obviously some of these coins are worth so much money. How often do people just find these coins worth a lot of money?
Great question. One for Rick Snow, the coin expert. Destry wants to know how often people just kind of randomly find them, stumble across rare coins that are worth something.
Well, in circulation, you don't do too much. Most people are collecting the state quarters that are coming out state by state. The value, though, is not really something you can find and sell. Used to be you could find silver coins in circulation, not much anymore. Usually, you have to purchase the coins to form a collection of real valuable ones. Yeah.
And they hang them onto them a little bit and let their value accrue.
Right, yeah. But finding the state quarters and the new nickels that are coming out in circulation is really fun, and but not for to make money on it, just for the fun of putting it together.
Okay, but coins that are worth something, you take pictures to look at how well they've been preserved, and what is this a close-up of?
Well, this is from one of the coins in my book. This is in 1894, shows the date, but it's also doubled, and this would be maybe a $100 coin. With the doubling, it's maybe a $3,000 coin. So it
Interesting.
really makes it much more valuable.
Yeah, okay, how about another coin here? I'm looking through, which haven't we?
This one here is a pattern coin from 1858, and it has a kind of a scrawny-looking eagle that they kind of experimented with. It didn't go over. It's kind of not so attractive, but the mint is always trying new ideas.
How much would that be worth?
This one's at around $3,000,
Still, that's a nice piece of money for that.
and they only made about 75 of them, so it's rare, and so.
It's something that could make you a few bucks and make you a living. Hey, this is your book, The Flying Eagle and Indian Set Attribution Guide. You didn't really mention plugging it when we came here, and that's why I'm more inclined to do just that. They can log onto your website and find all about rare coins.
Right, yeah, it's indiancent.com. And it's a 6-volume set, and it's a big project. So volume 1 and 2 are out, and volume 3 is still in my head.
All right. Rick Snow, he's a coin collector here in Tucson. Says Tucson is the place to be. There's a big show coming up at the convention center this fall. There's also a big truck out on Campbell making a little noise, a lot of traffic.
And rare coins.
Yeah, we have a fellow in town who wrote the book on it, literally. His name is Rick Snow, and he's got a place called Eagle Eye Coins, and he deals in rare coins and bills as well. A historical segment for you that I think you'll find fascinating here, Destry. This is a Civil War bill. Rick, tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, it's Confederate currency from 1862, and the issues that early in the war, 1861 and 1862, are much more valuable than the ones that they printed later on, because they let the printing presses run wild at the end of the war. But this one's from 1862.
All right, and let's go a little farther back here. This is a Spanish coin. It's hand-pounded when Spain was conquering and pillaging back in the 1500s. And you can feel this has a little meat to it and a little, like I say, personal touch with the pounding.
Yeah, this one is from 1542. It's one of the earliest coins struck in the New World, from Charles Johanna in Spain.
All right, interesting. One more way back. This goes BC. And if you ever thought that the Romans, is it a Roman coin?
No, this one's Greek.
Greek,
From the time
okay.
of Alexander the Great. This is a Athenian tetradrachm. Say that 5 times fast. And was part of a hoard that they dug up in, I think, Turkey.
Hand pounded and 300 BC you put it at?
About 300 BC, yeah.
All right, you say that people didn't have banks, so they actually buried their money back then, correct?
Right, yeah. And if they passed away and didn't tell anyone where it was lost forever until we come along and find it.
Interesting. I pulled 2 pennies out of my pocket just